What is up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. As you can see from the title, today we are doing an inspired, sleek, slick, twisted bun. This is the final product, so if you want to see how to do this look, then just keep watching. Alright, you guys, so I like to start off on freshly washed hair. So I just wrapped it in this microfiber towel. This is it fresh out of the shower. My hair does feel soft and hydrated, and I don't know if you can see my curls popping. They like to show out sometimes. I do need to dye my hair again. I don't think I'm going to, though. I might just start letting it grow out with this current dye job, just because the girlies that be dyeing their hair, they didn't say it enough. It's really a job. Every time I put a protective style in, so I just had sew-ins, so every time I put a style in, my hair does grow a little bit, significant enough for me to need to dye it again, and it's just like I feel like I'm dyeing it every 5 minutes. So I think I'm gonna give it a break and just let it rock out with the black roots. We'll see how it goes. It's actually a pet peeve of mine to have black roots, but I'm gonna try to adapt, and maybe it'll give ombre, I don't know. To get a sleek, nice bun, like I said, I like to start on freshly washed hair, and then I like to go in with a leave-in conditioner. You could also just use like a styling milk or anything like that. It's honestly whatever gets your hair nice and hydrated, because frizz contributes to why your hair won't lay down slick, is what I think. And just been my experience. So, and make sure you get all parts of your hair. You want to get the ends, you want to get that crown. This is typically my dry breakage area right here in the middle. And then to just make sure it's evenly distributed, I like to just brush through. Start at those ends and just brush through to make sure you spread it all on every strand. And this will also help you tangle it and prep it for blow drying, if you choose to blow dry. I kind of want to try the sacred detangling. I know people were using that more for like braids and stuff, which I could also benefit from when I get braids. But I want to try it just for this, just detangling your natural hair. Has anyone tried that? Like, does that work well for this? The new one, like from their blue scalp collection, I think it is. Now on this next step, you can either blow dry or not blow dry. It's really your preference. I like to blow dry because I feel like it helps straighten it and get it more slick. But you could also not blow dry. I've also done this plenty of times without blow drying. So I'm going to apply a heat protectant because you need to protect your hair from all types of heat. And I am generous with the heat protectant because I want my every strand protected. And then I just work that in as well. All right, and now that we have the heat protectant, I'm just going to go ahead and blow dry. I just use a regular paddle brush and my blow dryer. So I'm gonna blow dry. I put it on hot, but if you're moderate with your heat, do what you need to do. And my hair dries pretty quick, so I'm just gonna do this and then I'll be ready to style. All right, my hair is 100% dry now. I feel like it's very misleading. It probably looks like I have really thick, a lot more hair, but my hair is like really, you see, we can pull it into a little high pony. So it's an illusion. It's always an illusion with her. But you can probably tell and see better now. Oh yeah, I can see it. See it in the camera. The roots are very black, or at least not the color of the ends. I don't know if it looks crazy. Y'all let me know. Does it look super crazy, or does it look like I can get away with this for a little bit until it's growing out? I don't know, but I don't know, we might have to re-dye. This bun just was so cute. So it's just like a middle part bun and then like twisty, like a twisty look style on the back. So that is what I am going to do. She has a widow's peak also, so I was like, that's real cute. So do I, like big old widow's peak. So this is what I'm going to recreate. So it's basically just a middle part. So we're just gonna go right down the middle. And then we'll separate the widow's peak after we do the middle. And I always am like, what really is the middle? Because that don't look middle. But it's over a little bit. Let's see. Right. I think that's good for the middle. Is it? I feel like it's like curving. But you also got to think when you pull it back. No, it's curving. Hold on. We're going straight. Actually, I'm going to do with this. Hold on. I don't want to be too much about this. I think that's good because I will sit here all day and we don't have time. So there's that. And I'm going to stop. I stopped right. This could naturally stop, but I stopped right at my ears on the side. So that's where I'm going to stop it. And then I'm going to go ahead and start slicking it and molding it into our bun. We're gonna slick down and around. What do I use to slick down my hair? I buy the Eco Styler Crystal. I only use the Crystal. I don't use any other version. Use the orange one. This is what I will say. You should try it if you haven't used it. I would definitely try it. So we're gonna start with this, and I know you're also probably thinking, Kiah, you just blow dried your hair, and this is like a liquidy water-based product, but it's fine. It's okay. I can't even get my thoughts together, so I'm just gonna do it. Plus the camera's about to die, so I'm just gonna do it and then do a voiceover to explain. I'm using both the Eco Styler and a little bit of edge booster to help slick down my hair. The reason why it is not a problem that the Eco Styler is a bit more like watery is because I'm like using small amounts and thinning and shearing it out in between my hands before applying it. You really want to go for a less is more approach and just apply it to the top of your head, and then I'm installing the ponytail here, which I left in regular speed so you can kind of see what I'm doing, but this is fairly easy, so just pay close attention. Off camera, I just braided my hair into a braid so it's easier to manage here. You can cut away with being a little bit more sloppy here since this is a twisted bun type of thing, so you don't really need it to be perfect. And I know y'all probably looking at the front like, girl, it's still frizzy and what are you doing? Give it, you gotta trust the process. So now I'm about to twist our bun together. So like I said, now it's like thinner because my hair is together, so this should be easier. Actually, I need bobby pins. Hold on. Oh, maybe that's smart. So I was kind of brainstorming in my head how she achieved, or the hairstylist achieved this, because it looks like a bun and then there's like twists around it. So I'm like, maybe I just need to make a bun in the back and then twist around that. So I think I'm gonna try that and then we'll see. I think that makes sense. So let me try that. A lot of the times when I'm doing these hairstyles, I really just am trying stuff, y'all. You just have to try things. So I have this smaller hair tie. I'm going to make a tiny bun in the back like that, and then I'm gonna wrap the rest of the hair around it. I feel like that's gonna do it. Even that's kind of cute though, having a little ball and then just the hair down. Maybe we'll do that for another style. But so I'm gonna just do like this and then put the hair tie around this little bun that I'm making. Oh! No, it snapped. Okay, hang on. We have to use another. This is why I like using the cloth hair ties now, because they're actually stay together. I think I'm gonna just sub in some rubber bands, some teeny tiny rubber bands, because it doesn't really need a lot to hold this. So we have this now held together, and then like I said, we're gonna now take this and we're gonna wrap it, we're gonna twist it so it can give the twisty look, but we're gonna twist it around the bun. I think that's gonna eat it up. That's about to do it. Cause it doesn't look like it's a braid or anything. I could do a braid. Now that could be cute. I can separate some hair just so we have another textural element, you feel like? Let's see. You just gotta try things, guys. So I'm just gonna do a small braid. We're almost done with this braid. All right, so this will look cute around it. All right, now we're gonna take what's left. I'm gonna brush it out so it can be a little bit smoother. But I'm just gonna twist this tight and then start going around. So, all right, so now that I've twisted this down like this, I'm just gonna move this, literally just twist it around the bun that we made. Sorry if you can't really see everything that I'm doing, but just comment down below if you need this again. Hopefully that looks good. I'm just gonna pin, I'm gonna bobby pin in. I'm gonna just push bobby pins in there now to secure it. All right, and now we're gonna go around with this one too, just to add that dimension. I don't know if it looks exactly like it. I can't really see. So I'm like, what's it giving, y'all? I can't really see it. Even if it's not really given, it's inspired. It's inspiration. So now we're gonna address our hair up here at the top. This is where I think is the most fun because I love laying my edges, but this is where you do your final smoothing and your edge work. So I like to use smaller tools for this. So I have this little hairbrush, and this helps because it's not it's not this one. I'm able to just get in there and be really intentional. So we're gonna smooth it a little more with our tiny hairbrush. This also doesn't have to be super perfect because we're gonna go in. Our next step is gonna help us get it more sleek and smooth as well. So, because you probably see my kitchen is standing up, everything like that. So take a little bit of product and clean it up with that. But also what we're gonna do, I love to take a hairspray, and I usually don't like to use alcohol-based products, but like hairspray is my only compromise. So we're gonna take our hairspray and spray it generously on top of our head. You're gonna aim lower too, where those flyaways start. At the same time, you're gonna take a comb and your blow dryer, and you're gonna heat lay. That's what I'll call it. So just watch. So apply your hairspray generously, and then we're gonna take our comb and our blow dryer. And lay. And we'll do, ooh, this one fell out. Hang on. Hopefully that locked it in. And then you're gonna take your spray, put it in the kitchen, and then get your, you see that? I don't even know if y'all can really see that, but you see how it's laid now? Period. So now we're gonna get into the business on the front. So you're gonna take your edge brush. I like the toothbrush kind. You're gonna take your edge booster, and then you're gonna get to working on those edges. This is also an opportunity to lay down any of those flyaways at the top as well. And to me, the key to edges is your follow through. So you need to brush the hairs into itself. So because if you only do this part, it's not really in with the rest of the hairs. So since she styled her widow's peak differently, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm gonna part it out, and hers was facing, I think it was swooped this way. And you see how we have all this frizz and fuzz? That's what I'm talking about, follow through. You need to brush that all the way back into the hair so that it doesn't lift. I can't remember, did she have, can you see the part? A little bit. You can see it a little bit. All right. So there's that. And then for the other parts, she just has hers pushed back because I love a little down here lay as well. So I'm gonna do that.